Hi, this is Paul. I wanted to do a quick video because, of course, Donald Trump is doing Donald Trump things, and he just pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley. Now, I remember them from their reality show because I watch wrestling, and their show used to come on like right after wrestling on USA. And I know they were this like goofy family on USA reality show where it was the mom Todd, the father Todd and the mom Julie, and their kids that were living with them and their grandmother and all the stuff, and their wacky adventures and stuff. And I was never really sure about what Todd did exactly. I thought maybe it's so like real estate or something, but I guess I never really got an idea of what he really did. But of course, he got charged. Okay, and I have it written. I have it. I brought it up on my phone because I know he had gotten into trouble, legal trouble, for tax evasion. I think that was one of the things and stuff. And he got sentenced. Him and his wife, I think, got both of them got. See, Todd and Julie Christie, I'm going to read it to you. Were charged with convicted on multiple counts related to bank and tax fraud, including bank fraud, wire fraud, and conspiracies to commit tax evasion. They were also convicted of conspiracy to defraud the United States. Specifically, they were accused of defrauding banks of over $30 million through fraudulent loans, and they were also accused of evading nearly $2 million in state taxes. And it was bank fraud was Chrisleys were accused of submitting false financial statements to banks in order to obtain fraudulent loans. Wire fraud, it's involved including electronic communication to carry out the fraud scheme, and tax evasion. They were accused of concealing income from their reality TV show from the IRS to avoid paying taxes, and conspiracy. The charge related to the alleged collaboration in carrying out the fraudulent schemes. And the sentences, they were both. Todd Todd Chrisley, was to 12 years in prison, while Julie Chrisley received a 7-year sentence. And of course, Donald Trump pardoned them. And I saw a little brief thing where they had their daughter outside, and she was, of course, wearing an "Make America Great" hat and stuff. And of course, and again, it's basically a crook pardoning another crook. That's basically what it is exactly. And they're going to have to change because of Donald Trump criminal behind. They're going to have to change the pardon law. They're going to have to change it because he's just using it to basically enrich himself and enrich his rich friends. Okay, that's all he's using it for. There's no reason in the world these people with the bank fraud and tax evasion and all that stuff should be pardoned for any reason. Okay, they need it to serve their sentences. But of course, because they have connection to this idiot, and he pardons them, and it's really a shame that that regular people, I guess, that don't have connections have to serve their sentences. But if you have a rich connection, that's nothing new. Again, with rich people and stuff, rich people always get away with stuff that regular people can't get away with. But it's just so blatant and so in your face that it makes zero sense. And again, like I said, they're going to have to change the pardon law, the power of the pardon. They're going to have to put restrictions on it because of Donald Trump, because he's just that much of a criminal. And I hope that someday, one day, and I think it's going to come, karma is going to come for him. And hopefully one day, when he's sent to prison, somebody won't pardon him, okay? Because he's just absolutely ridiculous with abusing this pardon power. He really is, and they're going to have to change the law because he's just absolutely ridiculous with this, okay? And the Chrisleys, like I said, like I said, I watched the show occasionally and stuff because it came after wrestling and stuff, and I thought they were harmless to it. But when you read all those charges and stuff, and I also saw news, they didn't get charged by any Democratic. So if they want to try to say, oh, they got charged by a liberal activist and stuff, no, they got charged by somebody. I think the guy said that they got charged by an attorney general that was appointed during the Trump era, okay, and they got sentenced by a judge. I think that got appointed by George Bush. Okay, so it wasn't no liberal that charged them. It was no liberal that sentenced them. Okay, they got convicted because they were guilty. Okay, and I never heard anything else after they got, because when they got convicted and stuff, and then of course you didn't hear anything about it because they were serving time. And of course, like I said, I guess maybe they had money stash or whatever it was, and they basically bribed the president. And I wouldn't put it past him for him to take a bribe because he's a crook and he's a criminal. Okay, and I'm not going to say allegedly. Well, I guess I have to say allegedly legally, but come on, who's kidding who? Okay, Donald Trump is a criminal. Okay, he is actually a convicted felon. Okay, that's true. And of course, like I said, a criminal pardoning another criminal. Okay, and it's actually a shame again that people, don't get, these people that committed these crimes and stuff, now they're getting a free pass after serving a couple of years in prison instead of serving their full sentence like they deserve to. And again, like I said, they're going to have to change the pardon law because Donald Trump is just is so corrupt, so blatantly corrupt. Okay, and we know the Republicans don't have no ball, they have no spine, no backbone to challenge him on anything or confront him on anything. So they're going to have to, I guess you're going to have to hope that the Democrats get back in power enough to where they can change, change. I don't know if it's a constitutional thing. I guess you have to look that up, the pardon power, and see if that's something, or maybe that is something that Congress can change, because they're going to have to change it because Donald Trump has basically abused the privilege, and it's so blatant and corrupt, and it's just absolutely ridiculous that we gotta see it right in your face, and it's like it's another thing that just like another day you're waking up to Donald Trump does something else corrupt, and it's just like another ordinary day. And that's why, again, I blame the people that voted for him, because there's no way in the world they should have voted for a criminal. He was a criminal going in, and you still voted for him, and he's still harming this country and everything it stands for. Okay, so I'm just beyond done with that idiot. But anyway, let me know what you think about this whole Todd and Julie Chrisley getting pardoned, okay, for their crimes, which again, if they were regular, ordinary people, they wouldn't be getting any kind of pardon. And Donald Trump is just so blatantly corrupt. It's insane. But let me know what you think about them getting pardoned and not serving their full sentences. And I hope that they, well, I guess maybe they had some money stashed somewhere, because I think they were able to effectively probably again allegedly give Donald Trump a bribe so he can pardon him. And I think that's exactly what happened, allegedly. Okay, I guess I have to say that, but we all know what it is. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. In the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon, which is only $5 a month. Tons of content on there, over 200 videos on there, 5-minute preview clips of all the content that's on there, 5 different categories. Follow the link, it'll take you there. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store. As you can see, I'm wearing one of my shirts. This is my spherical circle logo on one of my shirts. I sell t-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, hoodies, water bottles, teddy bears. Okay. Follow the link. It'll take you to the store for men, women, and unisex. Follow the link. It'll take you to the store. Okay. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long, and take care.